A routine patrol. A suspicious man digging through garbage. A quick arrest. For Officer Mark, it was supposed to be just another day on the job. But what he didn't know was that the man he put in handcuffs wasn't a criminal. He was someone far more important. And when the truth came out, the entire city was left in shock. Stay tuned for an incredible story of misjudgment, redemption, and an unbelievable twist. Officer Mark had been with the police force for over a decade. He had seen it all: thieves, con artists, and criminals trying to talk their way out of trouble. So when he spotted a man rummaging through a dumpster behind a restaurant late at night, his instincts kicked in. The man looked disheveled, his clothes torn and dirty. To Mark it was obvious: another homeless man scavenging for scraps. But then, something unusual happened. As soon as the man saw Mark approaching, he didn't run. He didn't even protest. Instead, he simply sighed and muttered, "I knew this would happen sooner or later." "All right, hands where I can see them," Mark ordered. The man obeyed without hesitation. "What are you doing here?" The man shrugged. "Looking for something I lost." Mark wasn't convinced. The alley was known for petty crimes, and many stores had reported thefts recently. Without further questioning, he placed the man under arrest and took him to the station. As Mark processed the paperwork, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The man wasn't resisting, wasn't making excuses. He just sat there quietly, as if waiting for something. But Mark had a job to do. "What's your name?" he finally asked. The man hesitated. "John," he said simply. The next morning, as Mark was finishing his shift, his captain stormed into the station, looking furious. "Where's the man you arrested last night?" Mark frowned. "The homeless guy. He's in holding." His captain threw a newspaper onto Mark's desk. The headline made his stomach drop. "Missing businessman found living on the streets." Mark quickly scanned the article. It detailed the story of John Reynolds, a wealthy entrepreneur who had mysteriously disappeared 6 months ago. He had walked away from his fortune, choosing to live among the homeless for reasons no one knew. Heart-pounding, Mark rushed to the holding cell. "John Reynolds?" he asked, staring at the man through the bars. John simply nodded. "I didn't lie," he said. "I was looking for something I lost, and now I've found it." As the news spread, reporters swarmed the station. Everyone wanted to know why a millionaire had been digging through trash. Finally, John spoke to the press. "For years I had everything money could buy," he explained, "but I lost sight of what really mattered. My family, my friends, I took them for granted. So I left it all behind, hoping to understand the world from a different perspective. But last night, I was searching for something special, a photograph of my late wife that I accidentally threw away when I left my old life behind." The room fell silent. Even Officer Mark, who had assumed the worst, felt a wave of guilt wash over him. John continued, "I wanted to prove that wealth doesn't define a person. That even without money, kindness and humanity still exist." A few days later, John Reynolds made an announcement that shocked the entire city. He would donate a huge portion of his fortune to build shelters for the homeless. And Officer Mark? He was the first person John invited to be part of the initiative. Sometimes what we think we see isn't the whole truth. We make judgments, assumptions, but the reality is often much deeper. Officer Mark learned that lesson the hard way. And John? He found something more valuable than wealth: purpose. So next time you see someone struggling, remember, they might not be who you think they are. And one small act of kindness could change everything. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible real-life stories. See you in the next one.